Hello, and thank you for joining me. This is Freewill Tarot, and my name is Harmony. Hello. And this reading is going to be for the sign of Libra. Hello, Libra, and thank you for being here with me. I'll start out by giving my messages, by giving you a couple of messages here that Spirit really wants you to hear. And then we'll go deeper into the tarot portion of your reading. So with that being said, Libra, let's go ahead and get started. You guys start out here with the action card here, Libra, okay? So when you get the action card, there is a call here from Spirit telling you it's time to take flight. It's time to take action in your life, right? You could be a lot in your head, maybe planning something, maybe thinking about something, idealizing something in your head, but you haven't really set root on it. Meaning you haven't really started to build it in the earthly realm. You haven't started to plant the seeds in your own everyday life to make this a fruition. Now it's just a dream. It's just thoughts here, right? Now with the action card, Spirit is saying they're aligning things for you to go ahead and start, taking action towards your goals, towards your dreams, whatever it is that you want to happen in your life, and whatever those plans are that you're having in your head, what you're thinking about. It's time for you to go ahead and start getting cracking on it, so to speak. It's time for you to take action towards those things that you want. Okay, you guys also have the balance card here, Libra, okay? So, Spirit is called on you, and I think you've gotten this card before in a couple of readings. You can go back and check that if you like. But here we have the balance card here. So again, this is a call for you guys to kind of rebalance yourself. Get back centered here, okay, with your emotions, your physical body, and your mental well-being here, right? Again, a lot of you could be a lot in your head at this time, maybe thinking a lot about something or someone or a particular situation. You could have a lot on your plate here, whereas, you're spreading yourself thin, you maybe not taking care of yourself. But this is a call for you to kind of get back in flow and back in balance and realignment. I'm going to read this to you, okay? Libra, it says, balance. True power comes from harmony. Align mind, body, and spirit for optimal well-being. Adjust your energy. Bring more balance into your daily routine and your relationships, okay? So again, like I said, there's a big call here for you guys to kind of get back balanced in alignment with your core self here, okay? Take care of yourself. Drink water, rest. Don't push yourself. Don't stress yourself out. Don't overthink. Don't have too much anxiety. And I know it's easier said than done, but if you click this video, these are the messages that Spirit really wants you to hear at this time, okay? They're watching over you, so they're giving you the guidance that you need. Take a deep breath and know that you're not alone as you go through this journey we call life. You also got the harmony card, and it's funny because it goes again with this balance card. Spirit is really calling on you guys to create some kind of balance and harmony in your life at this time. Some of you could be really stressing out about something, or you're really in your head about something and really worried about something, right? Or the outcome of a situation. I'm going to read this to you as well, Libra. It says, harmony. Balance and unity create alignment. Again, that's where I'm saying back in your core self. Peace comes from embracing all aspects of yourself. Foster cooperation and understanding in your relationships and within yourself here, okay? So again, there's a call for you to get back in alignment with your true self. Love yourself, okay? See the beauty in yourself. Take a deep breath, take a pause, and align yourself with the true nature of who you are. You're a beautiful soul here, Libra. And Spirit is reminding you of who you are if you're kind of out of alignment. Maybe you're doubting your abilities. Maybe you're doubting the outcome, or if you can even achieve some of the goals and dreams that you're thinking about doing. If you're worrying about a particular situation or the outcome of a situation, and it's stressing you out to the point that you're not taking care of yourself. If some of you are working too much, in the earthly realm, trying to make money and gain stability, but yet you're kind of putting your own self and your needs and your health to the back burner. This is called out of alignment, okay? Because it's not how the universe, it's not how God works, okay? He grants you your physical body in order for you to take care of yourself, not run yourself into the ground and act like it's just a secondhand, situation. Your body is your vessel. It's very important that you nurture yourself, your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. and rest and eat and take care of yourself. This is not the time for you to put yourself on the back burner and just focus on money and stability. Those things are going to come, okay? But this is why Spirit is calling on you to kind of get back in focus and back in balance, all right? So it can align you to those things that you need. Okay, with that being said, let's get deeper into your tarot portion of your reading here, Libra. You cannot make this stuff up. Your overall energy is the action card. Just like this one. You see what I mean? All right, so Spirit is telling you to take action again on some of the plans and dreams and goals that you might have. Maybe some of you are holding yourself back out of fear. Maybe you're telling yourself negative thoughts as if you're not going to be able to achieve something, or things never come your way, or it never goes your way. Whatever you're telling yourself that's holding you back from moving towards the goals that you want to create and have for yourself. Spirit is telling us now is the time to take action on those things, not just, think about them, but start moving towards them. They're also telling you to get it back in alignment so you can quit feeding yourself self-doubt and negativity, or, critiquing yourself, right? Action here. Okay, it says they want you to charge ahead with purpose and intention, confidently. Know who you are and what you're made of here, Libra, okay? All right, you also, in the recent past, I do feel, let's go ahead and go there. In the recent past, you have the 8 of Swords here. So this is like being trapped by negative thoughts. This is you thinking a lot of negative outcomes to a situation. This is in your past, though, okay? So let's hope it stays there. This is where you maybe didn't take action in a certain directions because you were sitting there being alone and thinking you were alone, thinking that you were trapped in a certain situation and there was no way to get out of the situation, right? But these represents thoughts only. They're not reality. They're not rooted in any kind of truth. These are just the things we tell ourselves. And when we tell ourselves negative things like we're cursed, or we never, things never go our way, or, this always happens to me, whatever negative, shit you tell yourself that keeps you trapped. This is why it's called limitation. So I'm going to read this to you. It says, trapped by negative thoughts, you feel powerless to change your circumstances. Again, this is in your recent past, so a lot of you could have felt this way, felt like you couldn't get out of a certain situation here. Could be a relationship, could be career paths, could be a habit. Whatever you felt trapped by, it's going to be different for all of you, but you know who you are, okay? That 8 of Swords is here again, though. It's crowning your reading. It was in the past, but yes, some of you are still dealing with this energy here. See, it's a whole different deck here. It still came out again. And this is at the top of the reading. Some of you are wanting some financial freedom, stability, some stability in your life, some structure. Some of you are really looking for a financial a success and abundance and freedom when it comes to financial endeavors. But yet you're telling yourself a lot of negative things that's kind of trapping you or stopping you from really having that. See, you have to be in alignment. And to be in alignment, your mind has to also line up with what you want, okay? You can't just want something, but then in your mind or in your spirit tell yourself that you can't have it. You see, it has to be in alignment. And if you want those things, I'm looking at it, Spirit saying that you can have those things. That's why it's calling on you to find some inner balance and just, to think of yourself as a powerful being, because you are, Libra. The world is a better place because you're in it. You're very loving. You think about justice. You think about the greater good. You think about other people. You love learning things about new people. You love sharing yourself. And there's beautiful things about you. You're a giver. But you also need to know how to give that back to yourself as well, okay? You have the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles in the center of your reading tells you that you need to take stock of everything that you've invested into. Where you have invested your time, your money, your mental energy, your physical energy, your emotional energy, and your financial energy into something. Okay, this is where you have invested your time, money, and energy into something. And now, when you pull this card, Spirit is saying to you, what has that gotten you? Okay, so whatever you've been pouring into, what has it given you back in return? Is it you're just pouring something into something, but there's no fruit coming on that tree, right? You're doing all the work, you're watering it, you're giving it the sunlight, you're planting the seeds, but is it bearing fruit, okay? And if it isn't, and I don't care if this is your relationships, your career choices, in your well-being. Whatever it is for you, you need to kind of reflect on that, because the Seven of Pentacles is about reflection and harvest, right? It's looking at everything that you put your time, money, and energy into, and it's seeing if it's bearing fruit at this time. If it's not, this is for you to recalibrate and take action in a different direction here. It's for you to start planting seeds in another direction that's going to bear fruit, that is going to give you back on your return here, okay? You have the Seven of Cups here also with that Seven of Pentacles. So a lot of you are kind of, you're in the unknown here, right? You really don't know what it is that you want. A lot of you are kind of up in your head here, because Seven of Cups is like being in your head. You might feel like it's a lot of things that you want, a lot of things you want to do, but yet you have not moved here with the action towards those things. You kind of just fantasize about them, okay? Again, with the Eight of Wands, this is about a passion and new direction. This is communication. Some of you could be having some communication with someone. I also want to say you're in the energy of the number 8, so you can look that up after this reading if you would like. And this is being really close to the 10, the completion stage. So you're at the 8 here. If you could just find a way to release yourself from whatever is holding you back, to move forward here, Spirit is lining things up on the other side for you, Libra. Some of you, when it comes to your relationships, you'll know who you are. There is a misalignment here, okay, when it comes to a particular relationship in your life. For others of you, this could be a pattern here when it comes to relationships in your life. It's called misalignment. And this is for you because you are the King of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini here you could be dealing with. But it's you, or you're dealing with another air sign person. But misalignment, I'm going to read this to you. It says, Libra, unhealed patterns or codependencies may be surfacing. Are you compromising too much? So within your relationships, are you being so dependent upon a relationship, saying you need a relationship? Maybe you're the type that don't like to be alone. Maybe you're the type that, you know, feel like you can't do anything unless you have some kind of partnership or relationship in your life. Maybe you're kind of going back to old patterns here when it comes to your relationships. These are things you're supposed to learn from and healed and grown from, and be able to release and move to the next stage of your life when it comes to relationships, okay? For you to choose something better for yourself, right? For you to put yourself first. It's not for you to always, you know, stay as a certain identity. Like, well, if you're, say, for example, if you're married and you know that you're not in a happy marriage, and again, this is free will. You can do what you want. But you know that you're not in a happy marriage, but you say, well, I'm married. But you know, everything is telling you that you're unhappy. Everything is telling you that that relationship is not for your highest good. But yet you stay because it's familiar or it's comfortable. Well, that's a misalignment, okay? Because that's not how things work, okay? Again, that's why you have that 7 of Pentacles there. It could tell you to look at everything that you've been investing in. For those of you who are not married or in a relationship and you're just holding on to a relationship because you don't want to be alone, that's codependency, okay? Especially if that relationship doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't bring you, if you haven't learned or you're not learning anything, you're not growing in that relationship, it's at a standstill. You're just, you know, keeping it around because you don't want to be alone. Well, that's codependency, okay? There's brand new offers here for you here with the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. Spirit wants you to have compassion for yourself, Libra. Love yourself. Have compassion for yourself as you have compassion for others. Okay? Allow yourself to get what it is that you need in life. All right? Let it be genuine. Okay, you're in the process here of moving forward here, releasing some kind of burdens you've been dealing with for a long period of time. A lot of you have, over maybe the past year, have dealt with some struggle here, or a lot of weight, pressure, trying to figure a lot of things out. But you're, you know, things are starting to progress here with the 3 of Wands. The sun is dawning here, okay? So things are starting to get better, or that pressure is starting to reside from you here, Libra, okay? That's beautiful. You are in the middle of a transition. I want to say that a lot of us are. You're not the only one going through this transition. That's why we should listen to the guidance that we're getting from Spirit here to help us through our transition to get us where we need to be in life, to our happiness. The Death card represents endings and new beginnings. So there is something that needs to close out of your life. There's a chapter that needs to close. And the Spirit would like for you to learn the lessons to close that chapter, okay? Instead of them always doing it for you. They want you to do it because that's when you won't keep repeating them, right? They want you to take authority over your life if you haven't at this time, right? Knowing that you are a powerful being and that you can take control and authority of your life and create the life that you want, okay? It's not by chance, it's by intention, okay? This is what I have for you, Libra. It looks like things are starting to get better for you if you have been dealing with some struggles, even financial struggles, emotional, mentally, or having any kind of anxieties, pressures in your life. Things are starting to get better. There is still guidance that you need to take by still releasing things and learning the lessons that you've already experienced in your life. That does show up in people, places, and things. So the things that we choose, the people that we choose to surround ourselves with, it's being strong enough to know that those things are not for our highest good and being strong enough to release them and knowing that it's something better and more aligned for us again, and creating balance within ourselves here, okay? So Spirit really wants you guys to create balance and harmony within yourself. Love yourself. Put yourself first. That is not selfish. You can't ask anybody to love you when you don't love yourself, okay? That's just what I have for you. Please like, share, subscribe. Know that you are loved. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so much for taking the time to watch and listen, and I really hope that this helps you guys, okay? Until you're back here, bye for now.